Howdy, welcome back. This is Rollmancer Studios. Today I'm making a mushroom-themed dice tower for my wife for Dungeons & Dragons. She plays a Circle of Spores Druid, so this felt like the perfect fit for her character and her aesthetic. I started by prompting my preferred AI image generator to create an Amantia mushroom, with a hole in the top and a crack running down the stem for the dice to exit. Once I had an image I was happy with, it was time to move over to Meshi. Meshi gave me a pretty solid starting model, but it definitely needed some work before it could function as a dice tower. The biggest issue was that inside of the mushroom was far too narrow, but that was to be expected. This wasn't meant to be an art piece. Before moving forward, I scaled the model to about 0.25 meters, which makes it much more manageable in 3D applications. Next, I needed to modify the interior, but Tinkercad has some limits. A 25 megabyte file size and a 25,000 triangle cap. So before importing it, I brought the model into Blender and applied a decimate modifier. This let me significantly reduce the polygon count while keeping as much detail as possible. You can actually remove a lot of geometry before the loss becomes noticeable. Once that was done, I could finally import the model into Tinkercad. Inside Tinkercad, I created a 35mm tube so even slightly oversized dice could roll through comfortably. At the bottom, I added a small platform and shaped it into a ramp to guide the dice out of the tower. To help with alignment, I placed a small square as a reference and used the SVG tool to cut a wider exit at the base of the mushroom. You might notice some other pieces in the background. That's from an earlier version of this build where my measurements were off and the tower ended up a bit too small. Finally, I added a recess at the base for a 25mm magnet, so the tower can attach to a matching dice tray I plan to make for her in the future. With the modeling finished, I loaded everything into Bamboo Studio. After positioning the model, I used the color painting tool to give the cap a rich purple finish. I used Overture Easy PLA in purple, which I picked specifically because it's my wife Hope's favorite color. I painted the spots white and made sure the purple only started at a specific point inside the chute, so the printer wouldn't introduce unnecessary color changes. After double checking my settings, I sent it off to the printer, a 21-hour print. And here it is. She absolutely loved it. I'll be making her a matching dice tray to go with it, and I'm really happy how this one turned out. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, stay tuned. There's plenty more coming. Until next time.